These stories are real. The names are hidden. The voices are synthetic. But the fear is always true. Welcome to Scripted from Truth. On February 12, 1987, Thomas Wexley drove deep into the backwoods of Missouri. He had just inherited a property from his late aunt, an old house no one had lived in for decades. His Aunt Lucille had died under strange circumstances, but the will was crystal clear. Stay in the house for 7 nights. And whatever happens, don't break the ritual. Ilan Medin? That night, Thomas found something strange near the front door. A perfect circle drawn in the dirt. Inside 7 animal bones, each placed precisely like points on a clock. He thought it might have been an old prank. Maybe the house had squatters once. But when he wiped the floor, the mark stayed, etched into the wood itself. At exactly 3:06 a.m., Thomas was awakened by a sound. Not footsteps, not wind, but a whisper, coming from inside the walls. He's here, he stayed. When he got to the kitchen, he found a message, smeared in blood, across the fridge. 2 words burned into his memory. 2 down. On the 3rd night, Thomas opened a door behind the pantry he hadn't noticed before. It led to a basement cold, silent, and far older than the rest of the house. At its center, a table, 7 melted black candles, and a book bound in something that didn't feel like leather. On the far wall, scratched in with what looked like bone, just 3 words. They're watching you. Thomas didn't know who they were, but in that moment, he realized something horrifying. He was never alone in this house. Thomas set up a camera before going to bed. He didn't trust the house anymore. What he saw the next morning didn't feel human. 3:06 a.m. He stood in the living room, barefoot, eyes closed, performing a ritual. He didn't remember getting out of bed. He didn't remember the chanting, but the voice on the tape was his. On the 6th night, Thomas heard footsteps, but not just one set. They came from every direction like the house had been waiting. He turned the corner and saw them. He ran to the bathroom, splashed water on his face. He looked up, and in the mirror, someone was behind him. But when he turned around, there was no one there. On the 7th night, he didn't run. He didn't scream. He stepped into the circle. 7 figures stood around him, and one space left empty, just for him. The police found the house empty, no body, no sign of Thomas. Only a single candle, still burning, and the words scratched on the wall. 1 down, another will come. He stayed. Some stories vanish, some stay buried, but a few return. Through static, through whispers. This one did. Yours could be next. Have you lived something you still can't explain? Share it in the comments. And if you want more stories I shouldn't tell, like, subscribe, and we'll keep listening.